right, today we're diving deep into the incredible culture of the BaPedi people. And we're not just scratching the surface here. We're going to start at the very core of their society and see how that one idea blossoms out to shape everything, their beliefs, their music, and even their modern identity. So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the Colourful, which is the absolute heart of their community. From there, we'll step into the spiritual world that connects everyone. Then, we're going to untangle a really interesting debate about language, listen to the rhythms that get your feet moving, and finally, get a real taste of the culture. First things first. To understand the BaPedi, you have to understand the Colourful. Seriously, everything, and I mean everything, is built around this single, powerful concept. Okay, so what in the world is a Colourful? Well, the simple definition is a family compound, but that doesn't even begin to cover it. Think of it as the community's living room, its courthouse, its bank, and its church, all rolled into one physical space. It's where family life and public life are one and the same.
And this is where it gets so brilliant. That central open space, it's not just an empty yard. It's the courtroom where elders settle arguments. It's the bank where the family's wealth, their cattle, is kept. It's the sacred shrine to connect with ancestors, and it's even the final resting place for their elders. It physically shows you that politics, money, spirituality, and family aren't separate things. They are literally at the center of everything.
Now, that physical structure is brought to life by a really deep spiritual world. So let's explore those beliefs, especially the super important relationship between the living and their ancestors.
You see, for the BaPedi, ancestors aren't just ghosts from the past. They're called Badimo, and they're seen as active players in daily life, acting as messengers between people and the Creator. So the big question is, how do you keep that line of communication open?
Well, the main way is through a ceremony called Gopasa, and it's a very specific process. The whole thing is led by the Kangadi, who is the father's elder sister, a really respected figure. She presents offerings like traditional beer, and through this ritual, the family speaks directly to their ancestors. And if the message back isn't totally clear, a diviner, or ngaka, might be called in to help interpret it.
Another huge piece of the puzzle is initiation, or lobolo. This is how you go from being a kid to a full-fledged adult. For boys, it's this intense two-part trial in the mountains that teaches them everything about courage and history. For girls, the Bayale initiation is all about preparing them for their future roles in the family and the community. You absolutely have to go through this to be considered a grown-up.
Okay, now that we have a feel for the social and spiritual side of things, let's wade into a fascinating and kind of complicated topic, language. Because what you call your language says a whole lot about who you are.
So here's the deal. On one hand, you have the word BaPedi. That technically refers to the specific dialect spoken by the BaPedi people. But on the other hand, you have Sesotho Salabua, or Northern Sotho, which is a big umbrella term for about 30 different dialects that can all understand each other. It's a classic case of one specific part versus the whole family.
And this isn't just some academic argument. Check this out. When you actually ask the people who speak the language, a clear majority, over 60%, say they prefer the big tent name Sesotho Salaboa. It's about being inclusive and showing respect to all the different groups who share the language.
And you can see why, right? Just look at this list. You've got Salopedu, Setlokwa, and so many others. Calling the language Sesotho Salaboa is a way of saying, hey, we're all part of the same big, diverse family, and everyone's dialect matters. It's a small word, but it means a lot.
All right, let's switch gears and tune our ears to the heartbeat of BaPedi culture, their traditional music, Minwa Wasetso. This is where you can really feel the soul of the community.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The drum, or maropa, is everything. It's not just background music, it's essential for every ritual, every celebration. The drum can even act like a telegraph, sending messages across the valleys about a chief's death or a big community meeting. It's the voice of the people.
Now, the drums are the star, but they're not playing solo.
You've also got the fala fala, a horn made from a sable antelope that's blown to get everyone's attention for an important announcement. And then there are the dinaka, an entire ensemble of reed pipes that create the melody for their most famous music.
And that music is kiba. Oh, you have to hear this. Kiba is the absolute pinnacle of BaPedi music. It's this incredible performance where a group of men, each with a pipe tuned to a single different note, come together to play these amazing, rich, flowing melodies. It's so powerful and unique that it's become a national symbol of their culture.
Last but definitely not least, let's talk about the tastes and the sights. We're going to look at what's on the dinner plate and how history is worn with incredible style and pride. Okay, you can't talk about culture without talking about food. BaPedi dishes are so connected to the land. You've got staples like thofi, which is a porridge made with a special kind of melon. And of course, there's the famous mashacha, maponi worms, which are a super high-protein snack. And no ritual is complete without tlutwa, the traditional sorghum beer.
And when it comes to fashion, this is such a cool story. Leopard skin was historically only worn by the chief, the kagoshi. It was the ultimate symbol of royalty and power. But today, it's been totally reclaimed, and you see it everywhere in modern BaPedi fashion. It's a way for everyone to connect with and celebrate that royal heritage.
And the traditional clothing for women, wow, it's just beautiful. It's known for these vibrant colors and big flowing dresses. But it's the details that tell the real story. The way a headscarf or duke is tied, or the intricate beadwork and bangles, the maseka, all of it can signal a woman's status in the community. It's a language all its own.
So when you look at it all together, from the ancient design of the kagaro, to the sacred initiation rites, to the modern beat of kiba music and the proud display of leopard print, you see it. The BaPedi culture gives us this incredible answer. It shows us that having a deep, powerful connection to your past isn't about being stuck. It's the very foundation you need to build a dynamic and exciting future.